Rolling. Rolling.
I'm muted. Yo, what's up, everybody? Another beautiful day. Tuesday, February 11th. TMH Comics, we're back. Back at it. You know how we do it. We're coming in strong this week. We got the very own creator of TMH Comics, Terrence, in the house. And we got Spec holding it down. What's up, fellas? All right, let me. We got an exciting show for everybody today. We're doing our thing. We're talking about comic book news, what's going on in the world, and we're even going to have the founder of Cataclysm Comics joining us today so we can talk to him about what he's up to and one of his comic books he just dropped, Trillion. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man. I'm feeling real good. How you doing? I mean, I'm a little under the weather, but I'm feeling pretty good. How you doing?
Oh no.
It's all right, man.
You guys got
outside.
You guys had that crazy weather down there, right? For like 2 weeks?
Yeah, now we got cold rain now. So
oh.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah. That's no good. Stay indoors.
I would if I could, my man. I would if I could.
How about you, Spec?
You hear me?
We hear you loud and clear.
Oh, I'm good, bro. Yeah, just a little busy. Had a busy day today. Still doing things.
All right. Love it, man. We keep it moving there.
Oh, yeah.
So today, we freestyling right now. We're gonna just touch on some things, and I think this past weekend was big. Super Bowl weekend. You know, whether you wanted the Chiefs or the Eagles, you know what I mean? It was still a good time, right? Get together with your fam, your friends, your loved ones. Right. And so I know, hold on, where is this? Anyone got any thoughts on the game? Where is this at?
No, not too much. Not too much.
No thoughts?
It was a good game, though. But no, not too much.
I know this ain't comic book related, but you know, we're freestyling here. So it was just whatever. Good game.
Yeah.
Who you guys rooting for?
Yeah. I was just there for performance.
You just checked out halftime?
Yeah.
So how was the performance? What you think?
Yeah. I like all. I caught on some stuff he was saying. I didn't know how it was. But it was, some of the songs,
Wait. Hold up, Spec. Hold up. You're sounding kind of choppy.
Oh, it might be my. Hold on. You hear me?
Yeah.
Still choppy?
Oh no, you're good now. You're good.
Yeah. No, I said I liked it. Like I said, I understood some of the what you call it subliminal he was throwing out, but overall I liked the performance. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Terrence? You guys are the music guys.
Halftime was cool. Like you said, there was some little messages. It was it was more so taking shots at certain things that's going on right now in the world today. So yeah, I won't get too far into the political side of things, but no, it was a dope performance, and they said right now, I think what they say, Spec, I think they're saying that he's got the most views out of all the performances that have been on Super Bowl. So
wow,
yeah, it's pretty dope.
I mean, it was more of a
wow.
message, it didn't. Yeah, it's more of a message than a performance for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
seeing him doing. I mean, no disrespect to him, but I wouldn't like, let me go see Lamar perform. You know what I'm saying? I would, but it was cool though. He did his thing.
Yeah. You mean versus someone that got more energy?
Yeah. Would have
like Travis Scott, that type of thing.
Yeah. Halftime, man. Pyrotechnic. It got to be something great. And we all seen all the dancers, all the people walking around. Kanye does that. Rihanna. People do that. Beyonce have 100 dancers on stage, but they still add a little bit more to it as their art. And he was just more. He's a lyricist, so I guess it was more about the message, which was great because we all needed a message. We all need something. But for me, it's more of I just really would have that. Usher, like how Usher, he did a great performance to me because he added all type of stuff, which was great. Oh my gosh, look at this. And that's what the Super Bowl is for. It's for that purpose. To me, it is.
Yeah.
But once again, he I guess he did what he wanted. What he needed, and a lot of people was resonating to it.
Yeah. Usher was last year, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I liked Usher's performance. I remember he killed that.
Yeah.
Right, because you're right. I mean, there's a lot of added pressure, I think, when you're on the big stage like that. I mean, not only are there like over 120 million people tuning in at home, right, but you're there at the stadium. All the celebs are there. Everyone's there, right? And it's not easy because every year they all try to outdo each other.
Right. When Dre was up, had the whole L.A. Compton City and all this stuff. He brought out Eminem, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Anderson .Paak, Mary J. Blige. That was a whole, put on. You know what I'm saying? It was. Yeah. You expect to go over the top, but like I said, he did good. What he does. I'm not I don't listen to his music like that. I really just started. I can say songs are Luther songs. Out of all the albums that he put out, like his recent album, that one song is like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But
I'll keep my opinions about K-Dot to myself. Dude gets a lot of love, man, because he's a gifted lyricist.
Oh yeah.
I think like you guys said, that show was not even about his music.
Right.
It wasn't about even being up on the stage. It was really more about the message.
Yep. Totally.
What's his message?
Totally agree.
All right. Well, I felt like this was a big weekend. How could we not talk about Super Bowl? But so again, now NFL is done. I guess it's all about NBA. That All-Star this weekend.
What? Okay.
So. And then with that, I mean, again, I don't want to get off topic or nothing, but man, my boy Kanye, he's been in the news a lot.
You see they just posted 50 Cent just posted a video of Jerry Seinfeld. I mean, it's so many actors in the Jewish community, pretty much. They all have the shirts on that have the them shooting the bird in the shirt. And then it has the Jewish star in the middle of it, and it says "Fuck you, Kanye." You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. Excuse my language. I didn't mean to do that. It's a kid show, but that's going around now. I don't know if you've seen the video. I mean, you brought it up, so you can pull that up real quick. But yeah, it's.
I mean, I've been hearing some things, man, about like his website or something. Yeah, he was trying to sell some other stuff. He's on some other tip right now.
He took the swastika. And they said he paid like $5 million to promote the commercial for the Super Bowl, and I think that kind of started the whole reaction for what's going on now. So they saying he's pretty much being banned from Temu. He's pretty much being banned from everywhere. So it's
what I think he's doing, which is it's crazy what he's doing, but even went back to where he's that made a time ago where we Bush don't like black people. We that back, and I think he's at the point which he's at the point where he can say and do what he wants, right? To me, he whatever I want, I don't care. This is what I'm gonna do, right? And it's another person that's doing the same thing, but for some reason he was voted in as the president. He can do what he say, this, do what he want to try to change everything, and nobody can win. Fuck this, fuck that, but they gonna do. So that's one reason that I don't stand for what I'm saying. But if you're gonna treat one person like that, you need other that thing in our face, making life worse for a lot of things. That's why I truly feel that about that, bro. So yeah, I don't agree with Kanye, but hey, this other person can do it. Shit, go ahead, bro. Do it.
Yeah.
About it.
And I think that's where people need to be accountable, right? People are influential nowadays, and they got influence. You could send out one tweet and reach millions of people. I think that's so exciting about TMH, right? We're doing, we're trying to change it up. Be a different voice, you know what I mean?
Did you hear about? I don't know the guy named. Him and Musk opened up or created Open AI, which created ChatGPT, and they did it as a nonprofit, right? So now Musk is trying to buy Open AI, wants to partner, and offered $97.7 billion. The dude was like, "It's not for sale." He said, "I don't know what's wrong with you. You got some kind of stuff, but it's not for sale." So him and Musk are going back and forth. But he's trying to do. Musk is trying to sue him, saying, "Oh, we have a partnership, and you can't release this, you can't release that," and the dude owns the right. So yeah, it's crazy right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
My response has just always been, since like November, let's just see what happens.
Right.
All we can do, man. And with that, we got someone joining us today.
Good.
Just hop into the green room, and another minute or so we'll have him on. But definitely excited to bring out this guest. Before we hop in there, anyone got anything they want to share? Anything top of mind for you guys? Nah. All right.
Yeah, I do real quick. I just want to let everybody know, man, that excuse me, I'm sorry about that. I know you got a bit of sick. But you can go pick up True Man of Honor Providence. It's already out there on Amazon. Go to www.tmhcomics.com. Already, already out there. It's issue 1. You can grab issue 1 when you want. You can also pick up issue 2. Issue 2 as well. True Man of Honor Providence and True Man of Honor Dissension is already out in stores. All right. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Love it. You heard that. Everyone go grab that. All right. 8:30 Eastern. We're going to bring our guest on. Let's do this. You ready?
Yep.
Hello. What's up?
Hello. What's up? I love the energy.
Trying to have it right now. I'm getting over the flu.
We appreciate you joining us today.
No problem. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. There's a lot of us on here. There's 4 of us on here. I don't know if you met everybody, but we got Terrence, CJ.
I'm the guy you've been DMing back and forth and trying to set everything up with you.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Nice. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, no problem. Good to meet you,
man. Cool. But we got CJ, we got Spec. We're all here. Again, happy to have you on.
Yeah,
want to tell any of the listeners who you are, what you're about?
Well, I'm William L. Glover. I'm the CEO of Cataclysm Comics. We've been around since 2017. We're a very small independent comic company. I work with people from all over the world, artists, writers, editors, and we're just trying to put out, comics that are diverse. We're just trying to put out, comics that aren't following the mainstream formula. So we also work with a group of creators from Pittsburgh, known as Comicsburg, and they're kind of like a guild who have all come together to help each other out to make it in the indie arena.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Love that.
So have you done any? Have you done any Comic Cons lately, or since you started in 2017? Have you done them like every year, or?
Not every year. I'm having kind of financial issues, so I'm trying to, work things out. We do little small. Every once in a while, they'll have like just shows here. They're not full blown comic conventions or whatever, but every once in a while, a comic shop will do a show. Or a group of comic shops will get together and just rent out like a little small, building or whatever, and we'll just go and do shows there. But yeah, I have done a few Comic Cons. The Three Rivers Comic Con here in Pittsburgh, and we've also done the Steel City Con as well.
Steel City, hey, keep me posted on that because I'm trying to get everybody up there. To try to, do our thing as well. So. If there's anything down here in Atlanta, which I'm pretty sure you know about, I'll keep you posted and let you know as well, like whatever's going on down here too. So
okay,
yeah,
well, the better one to go to, like Steel City is the more popular one, but
right.
The better one to go to would be Three Rivers, and that's in June.
Okay.
That's more creator focused. Steel City is more like pop culture, dealing more with the celebrities and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Eddie?
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think that, the thing that I'm always curious about is like, you've been around the game for a while, 2017. That's huge. But I'm sure you started way, way back before then, right? So can you tell us a little bit more about how you got your start and what led to you starting Cataclysm and getting more involved and actually building something?
Well, I started as a child, just to be honest with you. When I was a little kid, every Sunday my sister used to read like comic strips to me. And it's funny that I'm sick now, but when I was 13 years old, I got really sick. My mother went to go and get some medicine, and she came back with my very first comic book. It was Thor. Back then it was, it was really drawn out and everything. It was kind of, I'm not going to lie, it was kind of boring, but at the same time, it got me into the superheroes. And so I really fell in with, of course, the X-Men and anything dealing with Marvel, but anything with an X, I was all over it, X-Men, X-Force, X-Factor, Wolverine, all of that.
Yeah.
And as a child, I used to always try to draw. I wasn't all that good. I was okay, but, not comic book level. And I used to love to write stories as well. So one particular day, in my older age, I decided to go back and read some of the stuff that I wrote as a child. And I'm like, yo, I wrote stuff like this? This is amazing. I was a kid, So I decided to put my writing gifts to use. And then I started working on my art, and my art's gotten a lot better. Still not where I want it to be, but I got the writing, down pat and everything. And I was like, yo, let's get some people together and do a comic book company. And it's kind of, I was in a group on Facebook. It was a nerd group, and they decided that they wanted to honor Jack Kirby. And they wanted to see if we could draw characters that Jack had created to honor Jack. And I was like, I think Jack would be a little bit more honored if we created our own characters. And then I was like, as a matter of fact, why don't we all just come together and form our own big ass comic company? And when I said that, man, everybody started inboxing me. Start the group, man. I'm ready. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. And so here it is years later. We've gone through a lot of trials, a lot of tribulation. We had a lot of people who said that they wanted to do comics and then they just didn't do anything, And now I've got this wonderful artist from Mexico. His name is Victor Pinello. I've got a writer from England, Joseph Steventon. I've got another incredible artist. As a matter of fact, I've got a comic cover that he did here. Tyrone Barnes from here in the States in Ohio. He did this cover here. This is a variant cover for Trillion, which is one of our comics. And I work with a lot of wonderful people. And, we get together online and have, conversations, trying to figure out where we want to go. And I leave it as a democracy so that we all can just vote on what we want to do, or we can have our own say. It's not like me sitting here saying, okay, I want you to do this and I want you to do that. No, it's sort of like, okay, do you think that you can do that? If not, what can you do?
Right.
So I have a wide variety of people from all over the world working underneath the Cataclysm banner. And like I said, we just try to do a lot of diverse characters. Like, for instance, like I was saying earlier, the character Trillion, she's a plus size Black female. Not too many plus size Black female superheroes out there. So we try to push the envelope and try to do different stuff, to reach a multitude of people. And yes, there's the number one issue right there.
Yeah. And I was getting ready to ask you, how many issues do you have? So how many issues do you have totally completed for Trillion?
Right now it's issue 5. We're on issue 5 right now. We went to a comic convention last year and sold out of everything. So now I'm trying to re-up. I've got a lot of people asking for issue 2. So issue 5 was the newest one that just came out. So of course we printed that. And then we had a few people asking for issue 2. And that's why I have issue 2 right now. So I have to re-up on issue 1, 3, 4, and then 6 and 7 is almost done. And we're about to try to come out with a trade paperback. And then in the meantime, we've got a few more comics that we're going to try to release real soon.
Okay, pretty dope.
Well, thank you.
Completely different series, like that deal, or?
Yeah.
Nice.
Completely different stuff. We've got several different comics in the works right now.
Nice. Same team, same group, all democracy style, collaborative, like that?
Yes, sir.
Wow. I like that.
Well, thank you.
Cool. Okay, so then you got an artist, you got a writer. Are you just quarterbacking it, or?
Well, I'm writing a few series right now. And I'm writing a few things myself, but yeah, I'm mostly the walking headquarters. I ended up, getting a little too busy lately and letting some things fall down by the wayside, but I'm trying to play catch up right now. We have a website that needs updating, and I am working on trying to get us a Kickstarter because we need more money. We need more funds. I've been trying to write grants and been turned down left and right, and now doesn't seem like anybody's going to get any grants anytime soon, but that's a different story for a different podcast. Yeah. But, I've been trying to do the advertising and to try to get our name out there as much as possible. So yeah, I'm pretty much quarterbacking right now, but I do a lot of writing. I've done some art, and I've even tried to draw a comic myself. And it's going to actually turn out to be a variant of a comic that we're about to release. So, you know how most comics, they just have a variant cover. Mm-hmm. I'm actually doing a variant comic where the whole comic, the whole art style is just done by a totally different artist.
Gotcha.
Hey, that's sick. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, the name of the comic is called Silver Bullet, and it's being worked on by a gentleman from here in the States by the name of Michael O'Neill, who is an artist. And the writer is actually from Canada, and his name is Stephen St. Amand.
Nice. How are you connecting with all these folks? Is it like
Facebook
a Facebook group? Okay.
Facebook. I met most of the people through Facebook, and every once in a while somebody from the group will be like, hey, I got a cousin, hey, I got a friend, hey, I got an uncle, whatever, who knows how to do XYZ. And then we just come together like Voltron and try to get it done.
I love that.
That's exactly how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teamwork, the dream work. That's how you do it.
Yeah, sometimes it's a pain. Sometimes it's a pain. Because like I said, it's not easy, especially messing with artists, working with artists and everything, because you'll have one artist that'll be like, hey, I want to work on this project. Okay, go ahead and work on it. A few months will go by and you'll be like, hey, how's the project coming along? What's going on? And you might not hear from them for a while or whatever. A few months down the line, they might be like, hey, man, I'm sorry, I haven't done anything for the project. I'm depressed, or I'm going through this, or I'm going through that. And I'm just like, why didn't you tell me? You know? So
I'm sorry not to cut you off. I was just wondering,
Right.
because you got 5 issues. My question to you is, how long did it take you to, because you have like a writer, you've got a penciler, right? A
Yes.
colorist and all that. So how long did it take you to actually, from the time that you started writing Trillion up until the time you got it completely finished? Like, how did it take you? 6 months? Did it take you a year? Like, how long did it take you to get that one done?
The first issue came out in, I think it was 2023, I think. And so, you know, from 2023 till now, we've got 5 issues. And like I said, 6 and 7's already ready. I just don't have the money to get it printed right now. So a lot of the money that I you know, get the printing through comes from my job. You know, I just take a little portion of money out every time I get paid and just set it up and, you know, pay for it. And every once in a while, one of my my artists, the guy that I told you about, Tyrone Barnes, he'll send a little extra money and be like, hey, you know, let's get these issues printed or whatever, you know. Mm-hmm. And so me personally, I'm not making any money off of this at all. Whenever the comics are sold, I go out and I sell the comics and everything. Every 3 months, I send out like a royalty payment to the artist, the writer, and the editor. You know, so I send it out to them. They're the ones that's getting paid. I don't get anything off of this yet. If we were to blow up and we could, like, you know, print more comics and sell them, and somebody picks up a TV show or a movie or whatever, then I'll get 10% of whatever we do off of that. But right now, for me, this is just a labor of love. Right. You know, most of you guys know if you are in the indie arena, it's hard to make money off of comics right now. You know, so I just do it, you know, to help my artists and my writers out. I've got a writer right now who just submitted a portfolio to TMH Comics. You know, we're kind of like a gateway for others to get into the comic book business, you know. So it's like, when I was younger, I wanted to be an artist for Marvel. Like I said, I wasn't all that good, and I didn't know how to break into the comic book business. So I'm using this as a platform for others to jump into the comic book business if they want to. And then they could, like, put together a portfolio, say I did XYZ for Cataclysm Comics, and then hopefully they blow up, and then hopefully they come back and help us out. You know what I'm saying?
So dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah. What do you think was the most, sorry, Terrence, what do you think was the most effective thing? Because you've done Kickstarter, you're funding it yourself. Like, is there one thing that was really effective in terms of, like, helping you get more funds so that you can keep the business going?
Not really at this point in time. You know, I'm doing something different than what most people do. And this is probably hurting, because what I do is, like, every time I sell a comic, half of the payment goes to the artists, the writers, and to the editors or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's just split up. Yeah. So the other half goes to the comic book company, but then we put that back into printing. And we print, you know, through Morris Publishing and stuff like that. I know most companies probably take, you know, 85, maybe, you know, even more percentage of the sales of the comics, and just gives pennies to the writers and the artists and everything. But I'm just trying to, you know, help them out as much as I possibly can. They know they're not going to make that much money off of, you know, the comics or whatever. Like I said, for us, it's a labor of love. We want to get our stories out there. We want people to see our heroes and our characters. As far as being the most effective thing, the best thing that I found that helped me out was publishing through Morris Publishing, because they're affordable, you know. not to cut a commercial for anybody or whatever, but they were the most affordable, at least for us.
Okay.
We're all
it was
about
like,
that. If you found something good, hey man, just share it, right? So
yeah. I mean, you might as well. Like everybody, I've checked out the pricing for Wellspring Comics. What was that? Indie Planet, all of them.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was using.
Yeah, when I got to Morris Publishing, I was like, what? Because it's like $84 average for like 25 comics, and then on top of that, they send me like 5 extra comics for free.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I get like 30 comics for like $84.
I never heard of them. Okay.
Yeah, Morris Publishing, they are good. Then you can also print off like posters, flyers, trading cards, stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, check them out. They're pretty good. And then like, the covers are cardstock.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry, I got people.
You need to differentiate.
Blam. First started in 2017. I started actually the same year that you started. So I was printing my comic books going through Kablam. But at that time, though, you know what I'm saying? It was less expensive than what it is now, because I actually went back to price them. And I was like, oh, dude, you're talking about almost $2,000 for however many, copies you're trying to get. So I was like, look. So
like they had I went through them before, and they had their own like comic shop or something, like digital comic shop.
Yeah.
And I was kind of heartbroken because they shut it down almost as soon as we got a comic up. I was like, hey, we finally got a comic up. Then like in October that year, they shut it down, but I can't think of the name of it, what it was called.
Okay.
But it was sort of like Comixology. But it was done by Indie Planet and Kablam, but I forgot the name of it.
Okay. Yeah, whatever happened to Comixology? I think Comixology shut down too, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, probably a couple years ago. Yeah, I remember. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about Trillion, man. Let's get into this book.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's funny that you were talking about, real quick, it's funny that you were talking about the movie side of it, like, how you envision, what I'm saying, when you write your comics. Because when I read it, I said, oh man, I could probably see maybe Queen Latifah or somebody playing her character. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but anyway, go ahead, man. I was just wanting to relay that to you, man. I think the comic book is dope. I think it's a dope storyline. I loved every piece of it. I think my favorite part, of course, the action in it was dope. And then we get to those characters, and she runs into him when she walks in. But I just like her character overall, especially the bar scene when she's in the bar. She's talking to the bartender, and they're going back and forth because she just wants to have a drink because she's been doing nothing but working for her people the whole time. So anyway, yeah, go ahead and explain it, man.
It's funny that you were talking about who could play her, because like we tried to push the envelope a little bit, and one of my artists was like, yo, what about Lizzo? Lizzo would be great to play her. Right. I was like, yeah. So we reached out to Lizzo, and we sent like a picture of Trillion and put it up right next to Lizzo, and was like, wouldn't Lizzo be awesome as Trillion? Right. And she looked just like Lizzo in the picture. I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's perfect casting. And then Lizzo got in trouble. But anyway, Trillion is about a young lady by the name of Trisha Leone. She was left for dead after a hit and run, and her family was too poor to pay the medical bills. So this rich asshole named Richard Collins comes along. He sees her, and he's like, hey, I got a business opportunity here. I can't mess up on this. So he goes to the family. He's like, hey, if you sign this contract, I'll save her life. The family, of course, wants her to live. They signed the contract without reading the fine print. And now he has taken $1 trillion worth of cybernetics and put it inside of Trisha's body and given her all these fantastic powers and abilities. And now she has to pay back the $1 trillion that she owes him by doing this dirty work. So, yeah, that's why she's always tired from doing all of this work, because it's almost nonstop. Like I said, the businessman is an asshole, and he's just using her for his advantage right now.
Right.
So this black woman's job is never done.
I guess like from one of the scenes when she first got there to save the people that she was trying to save, they ended up shooting her. The guy was cracking jokes because he was looking at her like, who you gonna, you know what I mean? So he started shooting her. So pretty much all the cybernetics and stuff, she's more like a tank. Are there any other powers that I don't know anything about because I only read issue 1? So, you know, is there anything else he has, or I gotta get issue 2?
Well, yeah, there's a few more powers, and she has super strength, super speed, long distance running, super senses. She has post cognition by touching stuff. Bulletproof skin, anything under 75 caliber bullets. She has rapid regeneration, extra strong bones. She can leap great distances like the Hulk, and she has acidic saliva and additional abilities only known to her Dr. Yin. So yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot.
So they haven't even told her everything she can do.
Yeah, she doesn't even know everything that she could do yet.
I wouldn't mess with her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the poster right there. Like I said, you can also do posters from Morris Publishing as well. So that was one of the posters that we were passing out with. If you were to buy like 2 issues, you would get the poster for free. It was a little promotion that we had going on at one of the comic shops up here in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is her storyline more of linked to like a classic good versus evil, or is there kind of a deeper storyline, kind of an anti-hero style approach to who she is? Because I noticed on the first cover, I mean, she's main character. Them hands are pretty bloody.
Yeah. Well, it's a deeper storyline. She's not really an anti-hero. She's just being forced to do dirty stuff. The deeper storyline is this is kind of like a touch on capitalism and how the rich mistreat the poor and utilize them to do their dirty work, basically. So that's mainly what the story is about. It's about how the rich misuse the weak and the poor. That's the deeper story.
That was exactly what I wanted to ask, because I'm like, man, there's a hidden message here. Not even hidden, but it's just an underlying message that you just pick up from the interactions. Like, she's not happy, but she felt
definitely saw that theme sticking out.
Her fam's gonna be in a bad spot, like if she goes back on them, and like now all of a sudden they got to foot the bill. And so
right,
I was like, man, I'm digging this message. And so I was really curious about it.
Yeah, that's basically what it's about. It's just how the rich misuse the poor, mistreat them, and take advantage of them. She's doing all of this stuff not because she wants to. It's not like she's, it's not like he says, hey, we want you to go and free these prisoners, and then she just goes in there and just kills a bunch of people just to free the prisoners. If it was up to her, she could do it without killing anybody. But the rich guy is trying to make an example. Richard Collins is trying to make an example. He's trying to appease to his rich buddies to get, funding and investments, for what he's trying to do with his new, venture, which is enhancing humans and sending them out as weapons, So he's like, hey, go out there and kill as many people as you can, use as many powers as you can. We got to look good for the investors or whatever. And she's like, I don't want to kill these people. He's like, well, you're going to do what I told you to do, or else, your family's going to have to pay this $1 trillion. So, of course, she has to do what he tells her to do, or else,
Sounds like
probably some kind of mechanism preventing her from rebelling with all those cybernetic enhancements. She's definitely under some kind of control somewhere down the line. We can see that coming.
Yeah.
How do they control her though? She sounds unstoppable. So what's the case with? There's some sort of safety or something?
I forgot what comic it is. I think it's in issue 2 that explains it a little bit. So yeah.
I have to check that out for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm anxious to see what your version of Amanda Waller's bomb in the brain is.
Well, if you let's see, you go to our website. We have the digital comics there. It's only $5. The website is cataclysmcomic.com. It doesn't have an S after comics. It's just cataclysmcomic.com. And you can buy it and download a digital copy there. Physical copies, you would have to reach out to me over Facebook or my brain just went dead. You can reach out to me over Facebook, William L. Glover at Facebook, or through cataclysmcomics.com. And you just, pay through Cash App. We ship the comic to you.
There's your site.
Yes, sir.
We're on the same page, man. I was actually going to say, how can we check you out? How can we support you? So go to the site, pick something up, and then you'll take care of that.
Yeah. Now at the top there, those were like our two logos. The one on the left is for our main continuity, and the one on the right is for our publishing house. The main continuity is like just the main universe. So anytime that you see that, that's for like, the main universe type stuff, everything that's, in one continuity. And if you see the one on the right, that is basically like a standalone story, has nothing to do with the main continuity. It might have Trillion in it, or it might have any of our other characters from the main continuity, but they're just doing their own story. It has nothing to do with the main continuity. Or it might be like, how Robert Kirkman came up with The Walking Dead, and it's not part of the Image, main continuity. It's its own standalone story. That's what you would see underneath the right-hand side. The publishing house logo.
We're on the same page, man. I was wondering about that. With Trisha, like, is there one main universe and they're all in there? But you're saying there's some stories part of the main universe, and then there's others where they're just standalone. No one else is involved.
Right.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And then we have like one more logo. Anytime that you see this logo here, that means that this is a variant cover. So if you see this logo here on there, is a variant cover.
Okay.
Cool. Put some
And
shine
you said,
on you.
where can they find all your books and everything one more time? Just want to make
So
sure.
right now on cataclysmcomic.com, we've got to put up a few more of our comics for the digital comics. Physical copies, you would just email me on Facebook, inbox me on Facebook, or you can email us at cataclysmcomiccompany@gmail.com. Once again, that's cataclysmcompany@gmail.com. And so,
we'll add all of those links in the description. All right. So we'll be pumping that for sure. Sorry,
all right,
I didn't mean to talk.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I do the same. I have ADHD, so trust me. People be talking and everything, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, if I don't say it right now, I'm not going to say it. Excuse me. Don't mean to cut you off, but yeah. So I'll jump right on in there and say what I got to say, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I just had to get it out, because if I don't, I'll forget it. But yeah, those are the main places that you can find the comics right now. We're trying to find a way to do distribution so that we can get the comics out to the comic shops a little better. I have a few of them out at a comic shop known as Phantom of the Attic here in Pittsburgh. And I think I've got like a few copies of issue 1 at, what's the name of the comic shop? Dimension Comics here in Pittsburgh on Waterfront is where that is. So, but yeah, we're trying to find out how to do distribution so we can get more of the copies out to the comic shops, But right now, this is, like I said, I'm broke. It's a labor of love, and I'm just doing the best that I can to try to get these out. Whenever people go ahead.
Have you thought about Diamond? Is Diamond, is that impossible, or in terms of the distribution?
Well, with I've heard through Comicsburg that Diamond is not really viable that much anymore. They've filed bankruptcy, and they're they filed for bankruptcy. They filed Chapter 11. So we're trying to figure out a better way of going. I think there is one. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think it's IVC2. I don't know what that means or anything, but I think they're a distributor. And there's another distributor, Lunar. I think we're looking at Lunar as well. So.
Oh, okay. Oh,
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, real quick. I know we're over time here. Appreciate you hanging on with us, William. I felt like this is a great conversation, though. Right? Definitely feeling your energy. We hope you come back 100%. But hey,
no problem.
In terms of thinking about your grind, right? Your love for comics early on, 2017 you started. I mean, what advice would you give someone, a creative, whether it's comic books, music, graffiti, poetry, whatever that is? What advice are you going to give somebody, to keep going, keep pushing?
Yeah, that's the advice. Keep going, keep pushing. Trust the process. The thing about it is this, like I told you, I used to suck at drawing, and I've gotten better over the years or whatever. And even now, I'll draw something and I'll be like, this looks horrible. And I'll just keep going and I'll keep going and I'll keep going. And by the time I'm done, I'm like, yo, this looks great. So just because it doesn't look good or feel good, or you may get depressed or whatever, don't ever give up. Keep going until you see the end. And when you see the end, you might actually be impressed. I say that from an artist standpoint simply because I used to rap. I had an ear for music and I used to make beats and stuff like that. Granted, it was with the MTV Music Generator, but still. And even now I'm a gamer, and I just signed up with the Global Gaming League, and I'm just waiting for them to start doing the drafts or whatever. I'm 45 going on 46 years old. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, don't ever stop, no matter what. I don't care how old you are. I don't care. You get on the grind and you keep going until you reach where you want to be. I'm nowhere near where I want to be right now, but I'm still grinding. I haven't stopped. So my advice, don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't ever do it. Keep going.
Great
Love
advice.
that. That's great advice.
Absolutely.
And gotta say, William, I think from all of us, man, you are doing your thing, boy, for real. You are absolutely crushing it. You got 5 issues, 7 issues ready to go. You're printing stuff up. You're funding it, and your people are getting paid, right? So, man, it's a beautiful thing. We appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you sharing more about you, your backstory, what you got going on, and we hope you come back for real.
Thank you. No problem. Hey, just hit me up. I'm free anytime that you guys need me.
For sure.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And everybody out there, please go get Trillion. I think it's a dope comic book, and deserves to be read, and definitely, hopefully, man, one day that thing will be on the big screen. I see it.
Yeah, hopefully. I'd love to see that myself.
Don't give up, man. Just keep pushing.
Oh no. Well, we can't have Lizzo now, so we'll have to try to find somebody else.
Hey, there's plenty of them. There's plenty of quality ones out there.
They are there.
All right,
man. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by.
No problem.
Again, and hey, man, like I said, everybody keep pushing. Don't stop. That's the word for the night.
Yes, sir.
Pushing. All right.
Cool.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. Appreciate it.
All right. That was a great conversation. I really like what he's doing. He's doing his thing. I was
looking at the website when y'all were talking about it. It's funny. Like, everybody is almost in exactly the same position we are too. It's pretty funny. Everybody's just not getting their stuff up. They got a few hard copies. They got some nice got some real nice artwork, got some real nice storylines, and then lo and behold, what do they say? Hey, we broke too.
Hey, he's doing his thing though, like for real. Like
He's going crazy.
It's inspiring to see everybody doing it, because you know what? It's not easy. The journey's not mapped out, because all of our journeys are unique, but it's not mapped out, and you just got to come in, do your thing, and then people will come. Yeah. You'll attract the right people. I freaking love that.
Yep. I think all of our common goal is just to keep this genre alive. You know, like everybody is mainly seeing the big two, and then you've got your couple of popular independent comics, right? So all of us over here on the side just trying to break through that glass ceiling that the big names are standing on. And I just think it's a fantastic journey, watching all of this creativity and this character development. You know, as I'll be honest, I thought we were like doing super original stuff, and then here comes the big girl with superpowers. That's a pretty unique take. That's a pretty unique take on creating a superhero to have let's call it what it is, to have an overweight black girl. You know what I mean? Because that's a common image that gets overshadowed out here, which is one of the things I was glad he was, kind of pointing the light at, as far as the political standpoint of comics, the underlying message going into the comics. The main message, straight up, this black woman's work ain't never gonna be done. She's, for lack of a better word, now a slave to do exactly what this rich billionaire wants her to do. And then he's trying to break into being the new weapons guy. You know, he wants to turn people into a weapons commodity. That's his big thing. He's trying to become the newest, biggest, most original thing on the arms dealer market. I mean, we've seen that in several platforms, but this is a very unique take of trying to take actual human beings and enhance them to then try to say, we'll sell it. But it's not totally unfamiliar, right?
I think
this is a real unique take on the $6 million man and the bionic woman.
Yeah,
I
think now more than ever,
this is a very original look at that.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They try to silence certain people. You know what I mean? And so, again, not to get too over on one end, but I'm just saying, we just need this type of like different stories, different perspectives. I mean, that's how we got here. That's how we progressed in this country, right? Different viewpoints, exactly. Melting pot. We all chipped in. So,
and I think the bigger platform there is, if you're looking at the major guys, the most successful in the genre, there was always a hidden underlying message. Now, granted, the Avengers, the X-Men, Superman, all of them have been glorified, into celebrity status. But think about it, even Star Wars, political, right? X-Men directly relates to racism. You know what I mean? Spider-Man, the relatable teen in high school, got regular everyday problems. Being broke is one of them. You know what I mean? So there was always an underlying moral tone, right, to the success of these bigger platforms, and I think that's unique to highlight. The stances that we're taking with these books and with these publications and everything. I just wanted to point that out. I think that's a major key to the success, is to make sure that people can see something deeper when they read you, when they read your story.
I'm a freaking idea guy, and man, this guy got me wondering, man. We need to do like a collab or something. We can at least, you know, throw that out there.
I had already thought about that when he was talking about when we were talking about Trillion. So I would love to I'll talk to him later about that and figure it out. But I would love to get Trillion maybe coming in with Fuel to do something. So that'll probably be dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I mean, I already thought about that. So
expanding, you know what I mean? Like
crossover. Yes, sir.
I'm saying,
I guess we'll have to bring him back on.
Just never
Connect
know.
offline too, you know what I mean? Sync up.
You know. You never know.
Right, book it.
Heck yeah.
That definitely can happen.
I see it. I have a feeling William will be into it too. Or he at least be willing to come in. You know, he's open-minded, man. He's gonna come in and be like, all right, what you got? How are we gonna do this? And we'll figure something out.
Right there, man. He's right there.
Yeah. So. All right.
I like it.
What you guys got? Anything else?
Hey, I'm just glad we got another guy on here this week. I got nothing else to say, man. It's been a long week. Been trying to, you know, email people back and forth, you know, and then a lot of people at the last minute had to switch up on the schedules. But, you know, things like that happen. So I'm glad we got William in here tonight. And next week, we got another lineup next week. And like I said, we're still rolling, man.
Got a few of them lined up. We'll be booked for a little while.
The only thing that we missed on tonight is that we didn't pull up another story to tell. Because we always got to do that while we end the show, man. We got to do that. But yeah, that's it.
I got it queued up, man. But I think we should cut it right now. But you know, I'm always ready, baby. I got it. Okay. Come on, man.
But we always got to do
have
that.
To leave the people wanting more.
Yeah,
we always got to do that. Who we got? So, what story do we have for tonight before we finish up?
I have Gilded Descent up. That's the one I got up right now.
You got who?
Gilded Descent. I'm trying to think. Is that a good one?
Yeah, Scott. Yeah. It's 1980s New York thing. You know.
You said wait, hold up.
Conspiracy. The Gilded Descent is dope too, though.
How about Ignite?
We already did Ignite.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, let's go to you got the conspiracy on there, Cosmic Conspiracy?
I do. All right.
Let me pull this down. Stop this.
All right, give me a sec. All right, y'all can check this out on Spotify. Litetalk podcast.
Birthing the Cosmic Conspiracy by Karen Hancock today.
Yeah.
You know, where a regular guy gets thrown into this crazy situation.
Yeah, a dangerous one too. Makes you think, what would we do if like we found proof the government's hiding something huge, like about aliens?
Exactly. That's Scott Knight. He writes thrillers, you know, made of conspiracies, and then bam, he's living one.
Interesting choice, right? Making him a thriller writer. Almost like Hancock saying, even those guys dealing with the unbelievable all the time can still be shocked by the real deal.
Yeah, and how his life falls apart. It's so good. Drops his book, gets all paranoid, thinks he's being watched. You really feel trapped right alongside him.
Oh, there's this scene in a coffee shop, he's convinced everyone's an agent. Spilled drinks, dropped newspapers, all secret messages. That paranoia, Hancock nails it.
Like the more he knows, the less safe he is. Would you want that knowledge, knowing what it could cost, or would you just try to forget it all?
That's the core of it, right? Truth versus staying safe. And not just for him, it's like a bigger question about us all, you know? How much are we willing to know, even if it makes us feel less secure?
And pretty quickly, Scott realizes he can't do this alone. So we meet Samantha Reeves, this investigative journalist. Skeptical, but she doesn't give up easily.
I get her, you know. At first, she doesn't believe Scott at all.
Just a little taste right there, a little tease.
Bravo.
Check that out. Spotify, TMHcomics.com. Any final words, fellas?
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I couldn't hear
Any
you.
last words?
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. There we go.
Oh no, I don't have. Chris, do you have any final thoughts? I'm tapped out from the interview, man.
Just as always, we here at TMH Comics want to thank all the viewers and listeners. We want to thank all of the guests that have come out and who are lining up. As we're starting to see that interview line is starting to get longer and longer every day. I want to just send a shout out of appreciation to everybody out there who's tuning in.
Yes, sir.
Keep
and
pushing.
again, want to thank William Glover, Cataclysm Comics, but check him out, Cataclysm Comic, no S.com. Support your boy. This dude is doing his thing, man. He needs your support. Trillion.
All right.
All right.
Out. See you guys next week. Yes, sir.
Peace.
Till next week.
Ooh.